She's pulling that up.
Yes,
Never
ma'am.
mind. Thanks. Bye.
Was that me recording?
No, I needed to record this.
Okay. Okay, bedroom bed title. So, can you see my chart?
C Gibbon, whatever it says.
Can you see my chart?
Yes.
Okay.
9. Duh.
The chart where every candle is like red, you know,
It's pink and purple.
that color scheme. I don't know how you can tell the difference.
That's the
It's
problem.
pink and purple. You can't see that?
How come you just don't stick with red and green?
From the red, I mean, maybe it's because we're men and we're colorblind, you know. I mean, I don't know, but that it just seems
Okay, let me help you.
a lot of work to.
It is, but red and green. Why don't you just leave it red and green until you become a great?
Because it's cuter in pink and purple.
It's cuter, but you know, does it help your trading?
I'm trying to help you out right now so you can see. Hold on. I don't even know how to do that anymore. I forgot.
Oh my God.
Wait.
But I mean, I'm fine with it if you are cool with it.
I'm good with it. Your brother said something. So now, I'm going to put in a sell and a buy position, yes?
Sure.
Let's say right here. Like this little order block.
And since it won't have a stop loss,
Like this.
yeah.
And then the sell position,
Would it be above the order block or
Which
block.
direction are you taking this trade? Is your prime, do you want to buy it or sell it?
Talking about that order block, I was.
we were just taking the example that Kenya started. So she wanted to take it to the upside.
Okay.
Well, I guess I should find a bullish order block for that
That's
then.
fine, but just
Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it like,
the concept. She wants to take it to the upside.
right,
The trade start selling instead, right?
Yeah. yes,
So her original trade would go negative. It would pick up
Yes.
her hedge, and her hedge would be the one that's gaining the money. So at some point, she would have to make a determination that she was going to cut her losses. She was just going to ride the trade down instead of trying to trade up. So once you make that determination, you want to start closing that buy position out. So in the example, we're going to say that her original position was a 0.25, $2.50 per pip.
two, 0.2.
0.25. That was the original position. So
This one,
as it drops, she's losing $2.50 per pip. So let's say it had dropped 15 pips before her hedge activated. So $2.50 times 15 is what? You can do the math.
Things like 37.
Elfie.
37.5.
You can put negative 37.5. That's what she's negative when her hedge activates.
Negative what?
37.5.
Mhm.
Okay. So as the trade drops down, she needs to cut off her at that negative position as the sell side becomes positive. So the way you do that is you can tell yourself every 3 pips that it drops, I'm going to cut 0.05 off of this lot size. Right? That means if it drops 6 pips, then her lot size for that negative position is now going to be a 0.15 instead of a 0.25.
You said cut how much? 0.05
0.05.
for every 3 pips,
Yes.
or progresses down.
Yes. So if you're cutting every 3 pips,
Mhm.
so that means 15 pips. Once this thing drops 15 pips, it's going to take 15 pips to get rid of that negative position, right? Now, it's going to be larger than negative 37.5, but your gains will start to eat into that negative 37.5. So your equity will end up being, by the time you in those 15 pips, it'll probably be about negative $30. Does that make sense?
You lost me, I'm sorry.
All right. As the price moves down, that negative number is going to get larger and larger,
Right.
right? But you're cutting 0.05 off every few pips.
Yes.
Now, that's one side of the coin. The flip side of the coin is this. As the price drops, that hedge position, that sell position is going to get larger and larger in the positive, right?
Yes. Yes.
So 15 pips was 15 times 0.25.
That's a 37.50. 37.5.
It's positive 37.5 though, right?
Yeah, yes.
You understand that, right?
So you're just saying it balances itself out.
Yes. As it drops, you have a sell position that's it's gaining money. Your buy position is losing money, but you're cutting off the amount that you're losing every 3 pips.
You guys would never use the mirror technique, have you?
No.
If you cut the losing position, that you still lost, didn't you? I mean, I don't
Yeah,
get
you lost, but you're gaining. You're winning in your sell position. And
Yes, you're winning.
You're gonna win more than you're losing
Okay.
because it's dropping. So maybe by the end of this run, maybe it dropped 50 pips. So if it drops 50 pips, 50 times 0.25 is what?
60 something, right?
No, it's 100 something.
125.
There you go. So you
Yeah.
made $125 and you lost maybe $50. So what is your net gain?
Minus 50, 75.
There you go. So you didn't lose that trade. You won that trade. You won $75. Whereas if you just had a stop loss, you would have lost 37.5.
Okay,
Do you understand that?
yes.
That's how you take a losing trade and turn it into a winning trade, by hedging.
That's how you take a positive and turn it, or negative and turn it into a positive. That's what them
Oh.
rappers used to be talking about back in the day.
I was going to ask, are you rapping?
I get
That's what them rappers were talking about. We didn't know they was traders.
So do you understand that concept, Elton?
I do know, yes.
Okay, awesome. Does everybody else understand?
Yes.
Who else needs further aid on this hedging concept?
So can I speak to that for a moment? I think for myself, I don't know like what my issue is. It seems like I also seem to be comfortable waiting for it to turn around and seeing red. But I let it go past my 1%.
No.
Yeah, I hear
Listen,
some.
no. Listen, Linda, listen.
Linda.
When there was this meme a while back when this little kid was telling his mom, Linda, listen, Linda. She was trying to tell him to do something, but he didn't want to do it. So here's my point. When you set your trades up, your risk is 1%.
Period.
So yeah, period. I don't care if you're comfortable seeing red. 1% is it. You can see red for 50 pips as long as it's just costing you 1%. You can see red 100 pips if it's just 1%.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is when you set your hedge trade or your stop loss, set it at the 1%. Doesn't matter how many pips that is. Doesn't matter how red that is, the number. But the percentage needs to be locked in at 1. And you can wait 2 weeks for it to turn around, as long as you're just down 1%. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because you're a classic example of somebody who will cut your winners off and hold the hell out of a loser. And
Yes.
that's not the way you're supposed to trade. So stop
Yeah.
doing it.
Okay. I guess it's easier said than done.
Well, it's not easier said than done. It's called discipline. It's called when you calculate your trade, you already know where your stop loss would go. We know, we don't even guess, we know where it goes. Because in our original calculation, when we're setting up the trade, we know that we're supposed to set a stop loss at this point. So instead of putting the stop loss, I just put an opposite direction trade, a hedge trade. So here's what has helped me over the course of even just a year, right? I used to feel like bothered or have an elevated pulse or whatever when my hedge is activated, just like you do. I used to feel like I needed to cut my hedge off at a certain time or by a certain time, but that's a lie. Once your hedge is activated, you don't have to do jack. I've held a hedge for 8 hours until an 8-hour candle closed before, because I couldn't see the direction that it was going to go. Once you get your direction, then you can just start shaving your hedge and take the market in whatever direction that it's going. Doesn't matter how negative the numbers are. They can both be negative. That doesn't matter. The point is, you're locked in at a 1%. You're just down 1% until you start making cuts. You get it?
So, but when you do, like, when you're ready to take those cuts, that means you're actually watching the charts, or do you set like lines, horizontal lines with alarms or something if you know you have to do something, or how
Now,
do you manage?
so now you're talking personal preference. That part really doesn't matter. You can watch it or you can set lines. I personally watch it while I cut it. It's part of trade management. I manually cut it off myself. Right? So the reason why I do that is because I had a bad experience before hedging. I cut off the whole position because the market started going my direction, and then it reversed again, and I ended up losing 3% on the trade instead of 1% because I had to redo the hedge. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling you to cut it off incrementally over the course of however many pips, right? I said every 3 pips. It could be every 5 pips, depending on how long you're anticipating the drop to be or the rise to be, right? If you have this trade going 75 pips, you want to get the hedge cut off in the first 15 or 20 pips because you want the rest of that to grow your profit.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you have to manage the trade as the trade manager. You have to come up with those systematic reductions.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
I've held hedges for days.
I am too. It's nothing wrong with it. It's like, I mean, Sean, we had them. They used to be religious for us back when we first started trading that NASDAQ, and we was getting killed. That's what gave us the bad taste.
Oh, you're the king of the mirror.
No, I can't believe we didn't have sense enough just to flip and go that direction. It's amazing what a little experience to do for you.
Mhm.
What's the mirror technique you're talking about?
What's that? The mirror, we called it a mirror. It's a hedge, but we would have 2 open positions.
In the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Both are negative as shit.
No, hey, remember I was up about $11,000 in the NASDAQ when it started selling, and I opened a hedge, a mirror position, and that mirror position ended up being positive $12,000, and I was still losing because I didn't have sense enough to cut the loser off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Hey, how many points did the NASDAQ drop that day, Sean? Like 1,000?
What'd you say?
I think the NASDAQ dropped like 1,000 points that day.
Yeah, something.
Man, I was so pissed off, man. Y'all don't understand, man. Woo!
No, we used to laugh our asses off.
They was laughing to stop from crying. Trust me.
Oh my God, man.
Hey, y'all, I had this paper written up of how we were gonna get rich in 3 months.
Mhm. Beautiful document.
But listen, if we had started trading in April, that paper would have worked. We would have been rich. I would have lost everything anyway because it was so easy. It was so easy. The market went straight up. We just happened to get in during a correction. Had we got in a month earlier, we may not have saw that $1 million, but we'd have been pretty close.
Yep. Most likely would have lost it all.
Yeah, I know I would have lost it all because I didn't have any chill.
The only reason I think I might not have lost mine is because I'm more conservative than you. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I've been
Hey, Will, if I had met you 2 years ago, like when you first started trading, it'd be all over. It was a wrap. I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you be saying that, Will. You be like, man, I go ham. I put it out there. Now I'll go ham. You know what I'm saying?
But it's different though, man. Like I just do like that because I scalp though, so it's different. So my time, if I'm doing something long term, how y'all do it, it would be different. You know, I would have a smaller lot size.
Yeah, but no, I would have done it and held it. We was holding them trades, shot.
I mean, my problem is I let this dude influence me into bad decisions.
Oh my God, we were swinging knives, Will.
Oh
Hey.
man,
We were swinging it.
Oh my God, man. Like one time we had a hypothetical conversation and it went something like this. If, if me and him had, a joint account, and, we was up 300,000 or 500,000, but we had a chance to go for $1 million. I'm taking my damn money, I'm taking my 300K.
oh me too. I'm taking that.
He's not taking his money. He's going for the million or nothing, and I'm like, you're a fool, man.
Oh my God. But that's how I felt about it, man. I mean, I think I was telling you after that, I've been broke all my life, man. I'm fixing to get this $1 million, especially if it was playing out, man. Like, well, you don't understand, bro. I mean, if you go to a chart and you look at the NASDAQ in 2020, if you had implemented that strategy from April to what was that, September before it corrected, you could have had multi-million dollars. All you had to
do, but you just have to. I would just take partials. I would just take it, then get back in.
Well, I know
That's just me.
Any sensible person would do that, but I wasn't. It was.
I get it. Oh, I understand. Like I'm not sensible sometimes. I get it, but if it's at that, if I ever got to,
What does it say? We need a PCR test.
Yeah, that's crazy.
all logic will go out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, I mean that was my first experience with hedging. It just wasn't, we didn't know what it was called back then. And we were so emotionally involved in the trade that, we weren't, I guess, smart enough to just cut the buy and just ride that sell down, because it was still plenty of money to be made. We just, our minds wouldn't allow us just to sell it and make the same money.
Right.
We'd have made a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we kept saying it can't drop much. It can't drop anymore. It can't drop anymore.
Yep. Every time I've said that, it's been a 1,000-point drop. I mean, every single time I've jumped in without a stop loss.
Yeah, we used to trade it with no stop loss. We were ignorant, man.
Yeah. Every time I've done that, whether it's up or down, I'm always say, well, worst case scenario is going to drop 400, 500 points, because most days it doesn't drop 1,000 points. But every freaking time I've done that, it's either went up 1,000 or dropped 1,000. Every time. So I just don't do it no more, because
Oh my God.
remember that last time when I got in the NASDAQ?
When it went up 1,000 points.
Yeah, man. And I was like nervous.
You're an idiot, man, because I told you not to get in yet.
Yeah. So, and when it came back down, I was happy to take a $200 loss.
Yeah, but you took the $200 loss and it went down. I was like, just hold it. You held it for what, 2 days?
I know, man, but I ain't never been so happy to take a $200 loss in my life, man.
Oh my God.
Oh, shoot.
Who else has losses they want to talk about or want to go over? So here's the deal. Here's my thought process on this loss review. You need to know like the fundamentals. You need to know your setup, like why you took the trade. You need to know your entry and your expected exit. And any psychological problems that you might have had during that trade. I would also like to know how much you risk on that trade. If we want to talk about it in the loss review. Y'all tracking?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm listening.
Yes.
Hey, Prince.
Yes.
How you do last week, man? You been quiet.
We
Yeah,
miss you, Prince.
I miss y'all too. I ain't even trade last week.
Oh, yeah, was you had shoulder surgery or something? You just stay out them skates.
Yeah, I wasn't even skating. I was really just studying for real.
Oh, yeah. They asked about you the other day, man. I had COVID all week.
Crazy. How you get COVID? You just got it?
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, Texas, they don't wear no mask down here. This is the Wild West.
More ways than one.
It's the Wild West.
If you walk around with a mask in Texas, everybody gonna look at you crazy. I remember during the height, like in 2020, when I came down here, like nobody had masks on, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" It's like a different country, you know. Like it's these conservatives around here, you know, they don't even believe in COVID. It's
They
crazy.
don't believe in people not having a gun either. I mean, they literally want that shit to be the Wild Wild West.
Good luck.
Shootout at the OK Corral. That state is run by extremists, man.
I know they talking about receding from the union. They always talk that trash. Huh?
Please do. Yeah, they always talk that shit. I personally, I would let them do it.
I know, but then they'd be lynching black people.
Well, if y'all want to stay over there, I mean, sometimes, you know, I mean, you get what you get. I wouldn't live in Texas. That's just my personal choice or preference, you know.
Yeah, Sean, have you looked at the tax laws in Puerto Rico?
Nah, I have not.
Might want to look at that.
I think they're advantageous from stuff that I've read, heard people say on Twitter.
Might
But I've
be- go get a hacienda down in Puerto Rico.
But Toy, you got that big money now, so I mean,
Let's go down to Puerto Rico,
when?
man. Huh?
When?
Well, we got to either do it before hurricane season.
That's what I was getting ready to
Or
say.
after, 'cause I'm not gonna be down there in the hurricane, man.
It'll have to be after hurricane season.
Why? You just call in sick.
Well, when do you want to do it? I mean, pretty much got to be done in July. I mean, if it's going to be before.
Oh, hurricane season already?
Well, doesn't it start in August usually?
Yeah, maybe we can do it that first week of August.
I got to look at the weather forecast.
Well, me too.
I'm not trying to get fucked up in Puerto Rico or nowhere in the Caribbean, for that matter. Because when them hurricanes start popping off, oil is probably gonna go through the roof too.
You can buy some natural gas futures. I would say oil, but this recession I'm not cool with buying oil futures. It might go back to negative. If oil goes back to negative, I won't be a fool this time either. We watched that too, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know how to buy anything, you know, back during then, but yeah, we did watch it.
This thing we just put a 0.01 lot size on WTI or Brent.
I don't see a case where oil goes back down.
Well, nobody saw that either, but and I'm not saying it has to go negative, but they
But
was,
even below $100 or below $90,
oh yeah, the bottom could fall out.
even if you have a recession, I mean, if you know, as long as that war is going on and Russia is, you know, pinching off oil and OPEC's not increasing production. I mean, I just don't know that you're going to have
Yeah,
bottom.
they talking about letting Iran chip in.
Well, I guess if they chip in, but they're not particularly friendly to us after all, you know, the way we don't whoop their ass over the years, you know. I don't know why they want to help us now. I mean,
Because they can get their nuclear stuff.
Ty, can I ask a question
Sure.
about the call yesterday? I didn't see you load it up yet. When are you gonna load it up? Because I need to watch the rest of it.
Listen, I'm gonna load it here in a minute.
Okay. Did Leandra get to speak on her little strategy entry and stuff like that, or?
She would probably take issue with you calling it little, but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She hijacked the call for like 12 hours, man. She made it.
What?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I had to hang up after. I had to hang
It was that long?
I think I fell asleep twice. Elfie.
up.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, her and Dad,
She was-
they went into great detail. You know, people go into great detail. I was just like, God, dog, man.
Well, but that can be a good thing. At
They-
least we can
did they-
rewatch it.
Did they get to any of the trades? Any other pay?
No, no, it was just US 30.
It was
I don't
just US
mind.
30.
Yeah, you know, the people who are on the call were interested. So I mean, that's the thing that matters. You know, here's another thing. I'm not always going to be doing the Saturday analysis. What
No.
this is my vision of the way I see it. At some point, I'm gonna be out living life, and the next person will be doing, you know, the analysis and all this other stuff. The platform is free, so in 5 years, the participants in the platform will look a lot different, and maybe in 5 years, everybody on this call won't even need to be on this call doing the things that they do. They'll just be trading. We'll just share ideas maybe, but you know, as far as the breakdowns and whatnot, maybe you're there a week, maybe you're not, you know, but there's so much room and potential for growth, and the people who actually lead the call or do whatever is probably going to get the most out of it, because they're actually having to go do the research and having to do the study. So I think it's great that other people want to get on the call and talk about what's working.
well, on that note, what's y'all's prediction for the US 30? I mean, you think it's going up? Close those imbalances?
I do.
I mean, the reason I do is because I looked at those other indexes and I think they make stronger cases for going up than the US 30 does. So since they all trade together, I think the US 30.
What do you mean they make stronger cases? If you look at the weekly chart, I mean, there's 1,000 different reasons that
Well,
the 30 is going to go up. The monthly
well,
was,
hold on. Let me talk here. If you look at the hourly chart on the US 30, and then you look at the hourly chart on the NASDAQ as an example, the NASDAQ to me looks better or clearer.
so listen, I don't want you to start your analysis off with the hourly chart. That's
Well, I get it. I started it off with the weekly. I mean, I see the bullish order block, got it, but there's always a case with the retrace.
It's going
You know,
up. You see the daily has a bullish, it's going up. How high it goes up, I mean, there's liquidity all through here.
That's why I look at hourly, because I can see where that liquidity sits a lot better.
I need to go back and redo these areas. Even your boy ICT talked about this trade setup. It's going to attack this liquidity up here.
Well, if you go to the hourly chart, you know, there a guy, I can show you what I'm talking about.
Here you go there, buddy.
Okay. So there's liquidity a smidge higher or about where it is now.
Right here.
There's imbalance in that big ass candle right there. So my question, and there's also imbalances below where it is. So when I look at this chart, I can see a case for it doing both. And
So
it probably
not going to attack the imbalances below. It's going to get these ones up top first because the market is going to drop.
all right, well, that's really pretty much my question. So I mean, why do you think it's going to do that? Because the market's going to drop.
Yeah. Yeah. At some point, you know, once these recession numbers are confirmed, I think ICT said he expected to take out these highs and get these imbalances. This is like 1,000 points up. I can see us having a rally to start off the week.
What's the catalyst for it gaining 1,000 points, though? I mean, what?
I personally
say, I mean, I agree that it needs to go up there, but I just don't understand.
What would make it go up 1,000 points? What made it go up 1,000 points a few days ago? Nothing. Like just the American idiots, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why it rallies 1,000 points in a day, but it's done it a few times. What was the catalyst for this rally?
Well, one of those was when the Fed came out and said they was going to raise interest rates 75 basis points.
I know, but why would that buy? Why would that make an equity market buy? That's the opposite.
I agree that to me it's counterintuitive, but I think it bought because they were happy to know that somebody was taking inflation seriously. That I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what
Dollar should have rallied like that, not the equity market.
Yeah.
So I don't see a catalyst for it. I don't know that there is a catalyst for it to move up. I just know the liquidity is up there that it needs to attack to push down. There are a few things that are going on, in my opinion, that is going to affect the market this coming week. You got those Chinese real estate companies are bankrupt. They can't pay their debt. This recession, you know, we already got the quarterly reports, and this is the second straight quarter of decline, which signals recession. So the JPYs should continue to sell off. Those are the easy trades, in my opinion. You can probably, you can make your 10% next week just trading the JPY to the downside. Now, which one of them you trade, you know, is up to you. But I think the euro and the British pound are probably going to offer the best upside, you know, or the most pips to the downside.
Yeah, so, you know, I just, you know, I just don't like this chart. You know, everything suggests except for the chart, everything suggests that it should sell. The chart says it's most likely gonna buy.
Definitely gonna buy.
Those other charts, like the NASDAQ, it looks like a better chart, you know, I mean, there's just less likelihood of a two-way go, in my opinion.
This NASDAQ doesn't say buy.
Well, the daily doesn't say it. That says it.
Man, look at here, man. The imbalance for the NASDAQ is way up here.
Mhm.
I don't think we getting that high. The NASDAQ ain't going up 2,000 points.
I can't see a reason why it would with all that tech in it.
I'm not convinced that this is going up.
Well, I mean, that's the daily chart. The weekly says,
Bearish order block.
I get it. The weekly says it's going up. And if you go below the daily,
Here's what I would say. If this, when it sells, if it breaks this low, that shit ain't coming back up. And
if you go below the daily, you're gonna see charts that suggest it's gonna buy.
tell you, Sean, you see this bullish weekly order block,
Mhm.
and then the price collapse.
Mhm.
It's probably the same thing. So we're saying a bullish order block, which is true, but all it's doing is buying back to the moving average. So in my opinion, this chart looks like a seller. You know, the Dow Jones chart actually looks like it's going to buy. This doesn't. I don't get buy vibes from the NASDAQ. And I mean, I don't trade these indices every day. I'm only going to be there for the easy move, and this to me ain't an easy move. This says sell. If it breaks this low, damn it, don't buy it. That'll tell me everything I need to know. If it breaks this low, it's a wrap. That thing is going down.
Ty, why are you saying that looks like a sell?
Because he's looking at the price action, the lower highs and the lower lows. And overall, it is a sell. But what I'm telling him is retracements that are likely going to happen.
No, I agree that overall it's gonna sell, but when I don't know which day you had it on.
The daily chart.
Might have been a daily.
This is a daily chart. This is a bearish order block. Price. What do you expect to happen when you have a bearish order block? You expect price to buy up into that order block and then sell off.
Mm-hmm.
So all price is doing is buying up to the order block.
Well, I mean, no shit. That's why I'm saying it. It's I'm not suggesting that it's going to buy up 1,000 points. I'm just saying it's going to buy up.
So you're saying it's going to buy up?
I don't know how high, but if you go down lower, you know, then we can have that discussion.
This is the order block. So, this is where that doji was. So it could buy up maybe.
That's what I'm freaking trying to say here.
You're saying buy up right here?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you can't make no money in that 50 points.
it's more than 50 points.
Yeah. Okay, 67 points.
But then if it buys up there, it broke the order. It violated the order block, so it's gonna go up, right?
No, it didn't violate the order block. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying if it goes up there, it violated the order block that it's in now.
Nope, that's not the
No, it
truth.
hasn't.
Here's the order block right here.
Where that liquidity is, that whole thing is an order block on a higher time frame. Probably this one on the daily. I mean, if you
It is. This is 100 points. We were talking about at 70 points. So
Yeah.
this doji is the order block. It has to go way up here to violate that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see it taking out that liquidity. That's only like 100-point move though.
I mean, it could go all the way up to that bearish block, down, that bearish order block, right? It could go there, you know?
I guess it could, but we'll see.
But it's at least going to where all them, you know, where all them clean tops are, you know, with those wicks. It's at least going there, which is, I guess, the 70 points or whatever.
Okay. You're gonna buy it up there?
Well, I mean, I don't know, probably.
You know, if you're around, you can wait for Fred to do his analysis. He's normally all over that. But just looking at that chart long term, I see it selling. I see it going up here and selling. Which is kind of crazy because you got an imbalance here, imbalance up here. I mean, it's a bunch of imbalance.
Again, I think all these things are going to sell. I think longer term, they're all going to sell. The question is, you know, how high are they going to retrace before they sell?
I agree. So are you trying to buy it up? Or are you just going to wait for it to go up there and then you'll sell it down? I think that's a better question.
Yeah, I think on the, I don't like the US 30 chart to buy up, but this one I think is probably more straightforward. I mean, to me, it's obvious on this one, it's at least going to get that liquidity that's, you know, 72.
Are you buying it or are you just going to wait and sell it?
I'm probably going to buy it. And I'll just have, you know, a relatively tight stop.
You're a high risk trader, sir. You're gonna buy this and then go to work?
Well, I don't have to work on Monday.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's a holiday. So the market might not even move like that on Monday.
Well, it's only 100 points, so it probably the rest of the world don't celebrate the 4th, right?
I know. Yeah.
So I can see it drifting up there.
Yeah, maybe it'll drift up higher. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, the rest of the world.
But don't, quick question.
Yes, sir. What's up, Will?
Must be having technical difficulties.
My fault. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Nas and US 30 move the same way though, right?
Yeah, they do.
So if one is saying sell and one is saying buy, which one of them got to be wrong?
Well, right. That was my whole point in telling him. When I look at the US 30, I wasn't confident in the buy, but when I look at the NASDAQ, it looks, to me, it looked like it's a more defined buy, you know, just in my opinion. But I do agree that they're both going to do the same thing. The S&P's also, you can pull up that chart and see what it looks like.
The S&P looks like the Dow Jones. And I don't agree that they move in concert all the time. I think that they're fairly similar, but
they have minor divergences, but generally speaking, they're correlated.
Yeah, this is the S&P is just like the Dow. See, this is, well, that looked like the NASDAQ, huh?
Yeah, that exactly. In fact, it's a little closer to the liquidity, I think, but
let's look at the weekly. Both of these things might just melt like mud.
Yeah, maybe the better move is just kind of to wait for the sell.
I mean, that's all I'm gonna do is wait for the sell. But that NASDAQ chart doesn't scream buy at all to me. I mean, in the long term.
If you subscribe to the theory that the market flows to liquidity, I mean, it's going to go up.
Well, eventually.
It's gonna go up at least, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 points.
So I agree with that. I agree that it's going to go up at least 100 points. But the bigger, you know what? Maybe because this is NFP week, right? I could see that acting as a catalyst too. So maybe it'll bull crap around and meander around until those numbers are released on Friday. I mean, I know we're going to have to trade it all week, but generally speaking, this is probably a tighter week than most weeks. Do you find that to be true, Will? I mean, you trade this every day. You trade the US 30 every day.
I do. I personally think US 30 gonna buy first. That's just me personally. And I think it's gonna come back down, but I think it'll come back down like Wednesday.
I agree with that. I say the same, and it has the bullish order block on it.
So this is what I personally think.
I think US 30 is going to go up about 1,000 points, and then before it drops.
Now, see, I'm not as good as determining the amount of points. I just know it's gonna go up. I don't know how long. See, that's what I need to work on. And whenever I think 1,000, I shoot for like 800-700, just because.
Right, you ain't trying to get.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 points is a lot. If the US 30 is going up, it's going up more than 100.
Yeah, and it may. This chart right here is a lot better. I can see the daily order block on this chart.
We'll get you something to eat.
What's that?
What is that?
Vegan mac and cheese and green beans and spicy collards, plantains and broccoli.
Dang, I want.
Really?
Hey, that just made me hungry.
Oh, my bad.
The S&P 500 chart looks exactly the same. Has a bullish order block. NASDAQ chart doesn't, but it'll probably buy with these dudes too. It's just, it needs to break this order block.
Or maybe it just buys up kind of towards the top of it. Maybe it doesn't break it.
This is the ugliest, to me, this is the ugliest chart, the NASDAQ.
Well, if you look at the daily chart, it is, but there's more than just the daily. And that's what I mean when I be trying to articulate piecing those charts together. Yeah, the daily, to me, the daily is the only one with a bearish block on it. I mean, you want to ignore the weekly in this case, and I don't understand why, and everything below the daily.
I'm not ignoring the weekly. But what I'm telling you is we're in a downtrend. We touched the moving average and sold off. The same way this one did. I mean, you act like there's not precedence for what I'm telling you.
All right, man. And again, for the 100th time, I'm not saying it ain't gonna sell. I'm saying I think it's gonna go up first.
It's definitely going to go up.
We all saying the same thing. We all saying the same thing.
I agree.
Everybody's saying the exact same
Definitely
thing.
going to go up first.
We just don't know how high it's gonna
We
go
just
up
don't
before
know
it starts
how
selling.
If I'm buying anything, I'm buying the US 30, not the NASDAQ, because to me, the signal on the 30 is a lot clean, a lot more cleaner than this.
Okay. All right then, Todd, man.
And it depends, like I might buy it this afternoon if it starts buying this afternoon. Especially with the US markets being closed in the morning. Maybe the opportunity is tonight. Remember when in Thanksgiving when I made all that money?
Mhm.
They snuck that market move in. Wow,
So
y'all.
are you gonna buy as soon as market open at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock your time?
Yeah, I might. Because it just depends on what's going on. Like on Thanksgiving, me and this dude we was watching something in the market. They was trying to sneak a huge move in on Thanksgiving night. I'm like, what's going on? Like nobody's trading this.
Hopefully they do that again with these indexes.
I know. It might, everybody's drunk off the 4th of July, spirits. They might try to sneak a big move in here, yeah.
Well, make sure you put it in the chat. They sneak a big move in there on us.
But the beauty of it is, though, I mean, if you miss the big move, if there is a big move up, there's going to be a.
It's gonna come down.
Yeah,
It's gotta come down.
I think
I need both of them. I need both of them.
and maybe Friday we'll get bad job numbers, and that'll start the cook off.
Yeah.
Something is going to have to incentivize the market to make the huge moves. A lot of times, this the market will move like that, and I'll be like, why is everybody buying? Why, I mean, I understand the sales in this environment, but I don't understand the 1,000-point rises. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
guess
to
the
give
other
people.
thing,
That
like
is
you talking about them imbalances way up there. If those are good, that might be.
Yeah, he just ate. He can have some eggs. Like he literally just ate. He literally just ate. That was 10 minutes ago. You can have some of mine. At 11 o'clock. And what time is it? It's 11:25. You can have some of mine. Okay? Be careful. You want a cookie? Stop. August, you want a cookie for a treat? Want a cookie? Want a cookie? Huh? All right, well, come over here.
I want a cookie.
This dude is my fault. I keep forgetting to mute, man. My son going crazy. He just ate breakfast while he wants some of my food. No, man, you just ate.
Sound like Watu when we was kids.
Yeah, he's sick, man. He eat me out of house at home already. Shit.
Feed that man.
Man, food high as hell. He going.
It is high. Yeah, EJ is gonna sell GJ.
But man, that drop on them JPY, I was like, man.
Hey, it's gonna it's gonna drop worse than that this week.
Man, when that happened, man, let me know because I don't know nothing about currency first. I'm not gonna act like I do.
I'll put it in the chat, but it's gonna happen again. Like GJ, this is the one you want to look at because this thing dropped like 300 points that day. It retraced a lot, but Friday, man, whoo. $376 points. And there's plenty of room for it. This thing will be down at this level. That's another 400 points it can go from where it is right now. 350. 446 to the bottom of this order block.
If y'all are trading GJ and it goes and it starts buying real hard, that means I got it.
Hey, Elfie, which one are you in right now? You
I'm
got,
in GJ.
you say you're in GJ,
Yeah.
so you got in for the sale and it started buying up.
No, I got in and actually did not get out because I was hoping it was gonna go lower. So I moved my
Yeah,
TP. And that's when it started retracing on me. But I'm still in. Speaking of that issue that I mentioned earlier,
About
I'm past my 1%.
yeah.
Better ride
And-
zero.
So when are you expecting these currency pairs to drop? Because they move so slow, man. I don't be knowing. Like, you thinking like Thursday?
So a lot of this is news driven, right?
Okay.
You got to kind of watch the news when they had the quarterly numbers and they started talking about this the second quarter in a row that the GDP has went down.
Yeah, I remember that from yesterday on the call. You was talking about 2 quarters in a row. I remember that. Yeah.
So I think this is pretty much bought up. I like to put these moving averages on my charts because whenever the market has a rapid move or when it's moving rapidly, you want to use like the two small moving averages, like a 9 and a 13 or a 5 and a 7,
Mhm.
because price will hug those lines, if the trend is strong. So this thing has pretty much, let me see this 12 hours.
Come on, let's go.
The 12-hour chart still needs to retrace. The 8-hour is retracing. So maybe by Monday night, Tuesday, they'll start cooking again. But I'm gonna watch it, when the market opens. I watch it tonight. I expect it to buy a little bit.
Okay.
Before
So I know you got a prop account. What account size you got?
I got a 50K and a 20K.
Okay. I got a 50K too. So if you hold G, because I don't swing like you, man. So what would you swing? What would your lot size be if you swing in that? You do a
Well,
typical 2%.
I
or
do
what?
1%. I trade 1%. So you can it's $500 at risk. And it depends on where you get in, for your stop loss or whatever. But you can hold it, no problem. You can hold that and trade your strategy. I mean, you might not be able to open up as many positions. I don't know what you risk, when you trade your US 30 strategy. But
Well, it's a little bit different because it's quick. You know what I mean? I'm not really holding it. So I risk a little bit more, like 2.5%, just because it's fast.
right.
And like the move might only be for 45 seconds to 3 minutes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I've seen you do it. It's just that I mean, you're successful with it. So it really,
oh yeah, I understand. Like it's not traditional. I understand that, but I'm just wondering because I don't hold trades that long. I was just wondering how you do it for that. That was just
well
because I don't do it.
yeah. Lately, I haven't been holding trades for as long as I used to hold them. I used to hold a trade all week.
Sheesh.
With this war, I haven't. If you hold it all week, you're gonna give back the profit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like
Yeah, I got you.
in this GJ trade. Like I didn't hold GJ that night. As it was selling, I took my profit. I was able to make about 10 grand. Just in about 3 hours.
Sheesh. Man.
so
So-
what laptop do you use?
It depends, but the
He
highest
went a little hard that day. That's okay. You can say it. I know it ain't gonna get your normal thing. You went hard, so you went hard. It's okay.
I had a 18.0 open at one point, and I think the highest lot size might have been a 23.
Standard?
Yes, 23 standards. 18 standards.
What?
Well,
You put an S. You put an S on it.
Our
Thing
game
is-
up.
You
Yeah,
said
he was
what?
going hard, man. He was going hard.
Yeah, well, I mean, the bottom fell out. So I mean, you
You got to.
gotta take advantage.
Look, man, I like that.
Oh.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Don't sugarcoat it, man. You
That
let your
ain't a
nuts hang, man. It's all
That's-
good. That's what I like to hear.
Oh my gosh.
She said, "Oh."
Because it says right here, that's not even standard anymore. That's a Seion or whatever you pronounce that. I don't even know.
You said so.
Starting
What?
with me. Okay, so we have micro lat, mini lat, standard lat, and after that is Seion lat,
I don't
which
know.
starts at 20,
It's-
which means one pip is $200.
Yeah, it was actually $230 at 23.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna get there, Alfie. We're gonna get there.
Shoot. I just probably like, pee in my pants just watching it go the other what?
Because at that point you're down on the lower time frame. The 5 minute, the 15 minute. Once those order blocks line up, it's a wrap. Like you already know you're going to get paid. So you jack up the lot size and you just hold it. You don't have to hold it you can hold it for 15 pips, $230 a pip,
Shoot. Wait. 230 times 15. That's already 3,400. Oh my gosh.
You lock it in.
Okay, one day. But
No,
so-
one day, do it tomorrow. When this shit happening. Look, man,
You're in that demo, so you just crank
you
it
might
up.
as well.
Yeah.
Look, man, one thing is gonna always be true. I don't care what you trade. Scared money don't make no money. And to win big, you gotta bet big. This is just how it is. You ain't gonna never make 10 grand betting no $2. That shit just don't happen.
Right.
True.
But
If y'all follow these, if y'all look at millionaire traders like Q Banks, and they don't even catch a lot of pips. They catch like 30 pips at a time, but they fucking lot sizes are crazy.
That's exactly why I do it the way I do it for those 15 or so pips. And
Yeah.
you're talking about one position. Once you're in profit, then you can jack your lot sizes up because you have some wiggle room, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just start off with a 15.0 lot size. I mean, you can, but if it goes against you and you go on drawdown, you're done.
You blow your account.
Exactly.
That's why I want to get me a 200K account so bad. That's my goal, is to get me a big account.
I might get the 100K. 200K. I just
I
think,
need that. I need that.
man. What kind of lot size would you use?
Man, I'm gonna use some 50s with US 30.
I use a 50. I use a 50 in my 50K accounts. I've used a 50 before.
I have before too, but I'm talking about all the time. That's gonna be my standard.
You say all the time.
Like when I start off now, I use 10s, bro. I use 10s every with a 50K,
But
10 to 15.
But I think that it's because the contract size isn't the same. Like a 10 is the equivalent to using like a 1.0 in a personal account.
No, a 10 is equivalent to using a 0.10 on a personal account with US 30.
Is it a 0.10?
No, 100 is equivalent to using a 1.0 with a personal account.
So
I'm trading $10 a pip basically.
right. So there's a prop firm called Trader Central that has the same lot size as your personal account.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to trade US 30 with your strategy with that, I mean, you can get rich quick.
I mean, it's the same thing. You just got to know what the lot size is. It's the same thing. It's no different. It's just you got to know what the lot size
Right. You got to use
equates to.
a 0.01 or you'd have.
Well, like if I trading a 10.0 on US 30 is the same as me trading a 0.10 on like a demo on my personal account.
Right. Okay.
But it's the same. You just got to know what it is. Like
Right.
I
didn't know what it was.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dang, they use the real.
No, if I was trading 100, man, because on my demo account one day I made like 87,000. I was trading. I I was trading 200s. I was trading 2.0s all day,
Oh,
just so my mind can get used to seeing stuff like that.
yeah.
Because you never seen it before, you're gonna freak the hell out.
That's what I was trying to tell my brother one time. It's not the same. Even when you know how to trade, it's not the same when the numbers get so big.
Mhm.
It throw you off, don't it?
Yeah, man, freak you out. You be negative $4,000 in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
All of that. So it just, I had did it just for that point.
It plays with your psyche, man. Like,
Yeah, like for me personally, right now, if I lose $1,000, I don't even be concerned.
right.
That's just me personally. Like anything more than that, I'd be like, oh yeah. But that's like my.
Yeah, I agree. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know that I'm ready for a 200K account still. You know, and maybe I'll do 100K and see. But I mean, we should probably get used to it because the prop has a 400K account now. That would really blow my mind. You know how,
But did you get prop email from them
huh?
where they were promoting that account?
You know how dumb
Somebody
you
made
get with a
like a
400K?
94,000 pay. They got a 94,000 payout or something.
Yeah, but that's nothing. Do you know how dumb you can get with a 400K account? And they have 1 to 200 leverage instead of 1 to 100. You can get real dumb with that account. Like,
Dumb.
yeah, like you can have a 200 lot size. You know, I mean, you can, woo, if like the numbers would be staggering, you know, that you can run on that account. But I don't know how the slippage and stuff like that works too.
Hmm.
At some point, it would be, you know, you trying to trade too many lots, so your spread and all that stuff would really start to eat into profit. But we're gonna say, you know, I'm now Will got me thinking. I might just get me a 100K account and try to do that. That's what I think I'm gonna do.
You might as well, man. I mean, you got the big money.
Run them numbers. But it's all fun and games until you take a big loss.
Well, I mean, how much does a 100K account cost?
I don't know, like
400.
400 or 500.
I mean, even if you blow it, I mean, so I mean,
Yeah, you're right. I'm just saying, as far as looking at the numbers, looking at the numbers is what you got to get used to. That's all.
here's the other place I go with it, you know, and it goes back to what I was saying about me being conservative and you not being. I mean, just because you got a 400K account, I mean, you don't have to jack the lots up to such ridiculous levels that you're ever really in true danger of blowing the account. You can roll with your 23 lot or whatever and probably not be in true danger of blowing the account.
Yeah, I know you're right, but I think as a trader, you like, we want to be on QBank's level. That's the goal eventually, right? Like, you want to trade and be like, hey man, I need to go get this car today, or, you know, I can go buy this property today, you know, based off of a trade scenario. Like guys like QBanks, that's why he can trade one time and not have to trade for 3 months. You know, that's the true definition of freedom, time freedom. It's like that one JPY move that happened on Friday could have financed me for the next 6 months or the next year or whatever. When you listen to QBanks, and really, to me, more Anthony Williams to me is more of he trades more like I trade. You know who Anthony Williams is? He's the one that opened the prop firm up with QBanks.
Yeah, the white guy with the long hair.
Yeah, the white dude.
Yeah. I follow all of them. I know you're talking about.
That dude, to me, like, he's the one that even told. That's who I learned about how to play charts. Yeah. So I think those dudes,
I ain't been in there so long.
they'll
Yeah,
one trade and let it run for months on end.
Yes, I give me just a second.
He's probably not working with a 50 lot either.
Oh, they trust me, they'll scale them up. They scale them up. And like Q Banks, you'll see a trade. His profit would be $292,000. Come on, man. Huh, Will? Am I lying, Will?
What is he let?
no, sir.
Is that trade running for a week?
No,
2-3 days sometimes.
yeah, like he'll swing the US 30. That's
Mhm.
he just trades the US 30.
And the one thing about it, they have multiple positions. One might be at
Probably 15
Exactly.
minutes. You'll be there, right?
60,000. One might be at 48,000. And the last two might be at 50 apiece.
That's,
Maybe I need to go buy me the $400,000 account.
no, that's their personal
That's a
account.
go.
They ran their personal account, but yeah, a 400.
Yeah, maybe I need to go buy it because I never intend on using lots like that. So, I like to sit in indexes too. And at my meager lots, I never have to worry about blowing the account.
Hey, you're probably right, but somebody like me, I'd be trying to press it. I need to step on the accelerator in that account to see what it can do.
I hear you, man, but I mean that might be what I might need to do that and quit.
Well, if that's the case, you can get you a 200K account or a 100K account. 100K is good for somebody like you.
I might blow that,
Why? No, you would. You have to lose $5,000 in a day to blow that, or 12 grand overall to blow that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe that's
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, Todd. Yeah.
Okay, Sean, no, not so conservative anymore, yes?
Well, I mean, I am conservative because where I'm, the point I'm trying to make is just because I have a big account, I don't ever, at least not in the near term, ever plan on maxing out the lot sizes.
Hey, Will, that's a damn lie.
Well-
It happens to everybody.
I do.
So all my coworkers,
I plan on doing it.
Well, right. I mean, you've been trading, you got a level of success I don't have. So I'm not saying I will never get there, but right now I'm just trying to really, my goal is just to replace what I make on my job.
Yeah, that's
And-
easy to do with
And
100.
not have to worry about, if I make a mistake, I'm up against it, potentially blowing the account. If I got $12,000 or $5,000 of wiggle room in there, if I make a mistake, I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to make a $5,000 mistake with the lots that I use. Is kind of where I go with it.
I feel you on that 100%. But you also got to understand too, just keep your backup, man. You always keep you one on the deck. Even if it's not that big, keep you one on the side.
Mhm.
That way, if something ever do happen, you still got you. And then the risk to reward ratio is $400, and you can possibly get 12,000 back. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, true.
So that's why, like, when I get to a certain point, I just stop trading, and then I go buy me another one. So
True.
that way, I always got me one in the chamber.
Mhm.
Because the way I trade, I go through them sometimes. All it takes is one bad drop in US 30 and it's a wrap. But I know that already going into it.
Quarter mile, continue straight to stay on Georgia
You see what I'm
141
saying?
North Peachtree Boulevard.
But it might be 5 months from now. You see what I'm saying? The next time that happens.
Mhm.
And I've got everything I needed from that, off, and you're not losing anything because you get your money back once you pass
Right.
and get your first payout. So you're really not even risking anything.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I never thought about it like that.
Okay, well, hold on. You said you use one account And then you get another one. What was that? I didn't get it.
So he'll qualify an account, he'll trade the account.
Mm-hmm.
Once he makes profit from that account, he'll go buy another account while he's trading the current account, just in case he has a bad day and blows that account.
Oh,
Yeah, or when I get to a certain amount, because I don't do we don't play no takebacks. We don't do that. We don't do those games. I'm always comfortable at a certain point because I know what that can get you. It's never okay. Let me go get this today and this tomorrow. When I get to a certain point, I'm like, I'm cool.
so but then you account expire.
Like it took me a while to get to that point. Well, like for me, 10% a week, I shut it down. You know what I'm saying? So if I make $5,000 this week, I'm good.
Yeah, you like me. Yeah, you just like me. That's what if I get over 10 in the 2 week period, I'm done for that 2 week period. Like
wow, to understand, like that's the part of trading, like that people really don't talk about, because you can always trade until you lose everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the over trading danger. Like people assume because you're a profitable trader that you got it figured out, but you don't. Like once you start making your money, you have to put a cap on it because you're always one trade away from blowing it.
exactly. And me, I have to trade every day. So I go give me another account to trade every day.
Okay, yeah. See?
I know I know what the problem is, so I just alleviate the problem.
Right.
Even if it do cost me 200, it don't cost me the 10 I just got.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's
yeah. I agree, and like that's like you have to figure that out on an individual basis. Like what works for Will won't necessarily work for Elfie, right?
That's a good idea, though. I had never thought of that, though.
Yeah, I mean, it is. But for what works for me is just getting in my demo. And some people, the demo doesn't work because they know it's not real, right? Mm-hmm. But for me, it's fine. But I have 2 different accounts. Really, I have 3 different. I always forget to trade that accelerated account. Probably the one I should be focusing on.
But I wanted to ask, like, Will, are you actually letting those other accounts expire, or like?
No, you're trying to pass. You're trying to pass. Yeah. But say, for example, it doesn't expire. Okay, say you got a live. Like I was telling Glenda this when she first got her live. She had first day she got her live, she blew it because she was happy. She blew the whole thing, not even in 4 hours. So she passed it again, right? So I had to call her, like, look, if you make 10, you got 30 days to get paid. That's a long term. That's a whole lot of messing up you can do in 30 days. They make you wait. So if you make a certain amount, you just stop trading.
Or don't you have to trade for like 10 days? So you got to put a 0.01 lot size?
Yeah, 0.01. Yeah. But only thing that can teach you that is experience. Because if you blow it, you still make the money.
You're exactly right. So I remember I told you, I blew that account with 17K. I was 17K in profit.
Yeah, it happened.
You didn't tell me that.
It didn't fit me nothing.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
I didn't tell you?
Nah.
Man, I was pissed.
It happens, man. And you did all that work, you got to start all the way over again.
I trade pairs, so it's not like you where I made that 17K in 2 days. You know,
I get it.
Oh man, it had you ready to fight somebody. Man.
Mm-hmm. So, but with
like
you said on demo,
I didn't even think about that. Like what you're saying now, once you get it to a certain level, I don't even do that anymore. Like, but I won't. I don't risk enough to blow my account, period. If I lose 2% in a week, I'm done.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that. But like, it just depends on what happens when it's moving.
Yeah, but like
in US 30
strategy is different because you're in the US.
Yeah, and that US 30 is volatile. Like
Try a little piece, a little piece. Don't just
Yeah, so that's all.
That's actually a great idea, man.
Because it just makes sense. That way you still reaching towards something.
So I thought that you just ran it up. You know, I didn't.
Oh
realize
no,
you
man.
could stop at a certain level and get.
No, man. You go crazy. Like you
Okay.
say, you can lose it all.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
Okay,
it's never
gentlemen,
enough.
gentlemen, back to my question.
I'm sorry.
Do you let the other account expire, or what happens to that account? You continue trading it every now and then, or how do you do that?
No, you try. Okay. Say you got
At 50K.
50K, then you go buy another 50K. You just have two, or you can combine them.
Yeah.
Like my goal is to have with my Forex funds. I don't know about any other prop firm, but with my Forex funds, you can have up to $600,000 spread across however many accounts it takes you to get there. But the most you can have on one account is 300,000.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal is to have a $300,000 account with it.
All right.
That's just my goal is. But in the meantime, I always have at least two working, because I know I can blow one. That I don't have to start all the way over again and not be able to make any money.
I think what she's asking, Will, is like when you get one of the accounts to a certain level, whatever
Right.
that means.
Hit it. What do you do then? Like with that
You
account?
get your
leave it
payout.
alone?
You just
You get your payout. You wait for the 2
Okay.
weeks and you get your payout. And you start
Oh,
over
all right.
again.
Okay, all right.
Oh, okay. So basically you switch every night, like you switch from one account to the next account until you hit each level, and then you start over next month or next
No,
period.
every 2 weeks.
Okay, every payout period.
Right.
Yeah. And then it depends if I'm in the middle of a challenge, I might not even trade the other one. I might just finish the challenge up. You see what I'm saying? At least the
Right.
phase one, because you got 60 days to do phase two. At 30 days, it go by super fast. You look up and that month went by already.
Mm-hmm.
So once I get to a point where I'm cool, like I just go in here and play with this challenge account right now. That way I'm just not trading with no regard, with no outcome. If I'm gonna spend time on it, I might as well get something out of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I get it now. Thank you.
Because demo, like it ties at work with him, but that's like, to me, that's just a waste of time. It's like
No, I get it. And you know, if I ever decide just to trade the US 30, I'm gonna do the same thing, because that's why I only get in the 30 when it's a guaranteed move for me. And that's why I figured out how to make my 10% in the pair. Like, people don't appreciate pairs because it doesn't move fast enough, you know. That's what Q Banks is like, man, you know, I need to level up fast. I got it. But I can level up fast. 10% a week ain't no punk, you know. I can level up fast too, especially if there's a big move. Because I mean, you can open up 3 positions at 20 lots. And if it moves 15 or 20 pips, you make 15 or 20K. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
The difference is the volatility, the get back isn't as strong. So you don't get screwed, you know, as fast as you can get screwed in the US 30. I just never looked at it that way. You know, that's actually a great way to look at it.
Hey, after we get off this call, we need to holler about that 100K account or 400, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, any other pairs?
all right, I'm about to hop off. I'll see y'all later on.
All right, Will.
Bye.
Hey, Elfie,
Mm-hmm.
I'm only interested in JPY pairs this week, to be honest.
Good. Me too.
Give me one that's gonna make me pass my face blood.
GJ and Eastman. Give you two.
EJ and GJ. Okay, GJ is on my demo. All right. So,
GJ,
but before we move on to the pairs, you said that was a good way to look at the way Will does it. So can you just summarize that? You basically mean
okay.
getting more than one account or something? Okay.
Yes, indeed. Because anything can happen. See, what I did was basically turn extremely conservative with my prop firm accounts to keep from blowing it. But what Will is saying is, as long as you keep one in reserve, you can be more aggressive in your trading. You can go ahead and try to make your money. That's what I got out of that conversation.
That's what I got out of it too.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense, because if I did have an account in reserve, I would be more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And
True.
yeah, it's going to cost money to buy that account, but you're going to make that money right back. You know,
Right.
you get your payout, and the first time that you get a payout in your account, they're going to give you back the money you paid for the account anyway.
Right.
So once that happens, it's a no risk account anyway. You're not risking any of your own money.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because I would argue a guy in your position, I don't know how many payouts you've had and how much money you made, but I mean, if it's only going to cost you $200, $300, $400 for another account, you've already paid for it probably 10
hundreds of times. But this is the thing, Sean. I had to become who I am because of my greed, like because of where I was coming from. You know, that might sound dumb, you know, to people who don't understand, but the greed monster is real, man. Like, everybody hasn't met their personal greed monster, but I've met my greed monster. And you know, other people who open these prop firm accounts, they've met them, because once you get it, you know, like once you have that prop firm, the possibilities in your mind are endless. The amounts of money you can make are endless. So that's why people blow those accounts immediately. As soon as they get them, they blow them. It's because, like, in their minds, they're at a stage of, oh my God, I'm gonna make all this money. And that's just not how it works. You know, the reality of the situation is, once you get that account, you have to wait still. You still have to wait on the next move. That next move might be Wednesday of next week. Your account, you got your account right now. So now I gotta wait. I gotta hold this thing for 4 days without doing anything until Wednesday of next week. Yes, is the answer. You know what I'm saying? But people don't get it. They feel like that they just qualified the account, so they're successful. They've done that successfully, so they good to go. Every day they can get in the trade. That is not going to work.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
And you know, I speak from experience. You know, I've done it. I've you know, and I can only tell you what's worked for me. And I had to become a very reserved trader, you know, like that's why I only lose the 2%, because I know me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I lose more than that 2%, is downhill. And I don't know what it is, but it just seems like on the weekends I can see the market clearly. Once the trades start, you know, it's like my mind scrambles. Especially if the trade doesn't go according to my analysis, or if the pair doesn't move the way I analyze it. Another thing that works well is, at the end of the day, you know, if you get on that 5 o'clock call and you have the daily order blocks, it gives you a new plan. You can readjust. You know, and that's really what happened with that JPY move and how I caught that JPY move. You know, because I kind of forgot about it at the end of the week. But because we were sitting there talking about it and CAD JPY had that bearish order block, I expected it to buy up and then sell off. So as soon as I opened my buy position, it went in the profit. It only went up about, I'm going to say about 12 pips, and that thing started cooking to the downside. And then I looked across to the other JPY pairs, and they was all cooking. Then that's when I remember, oh man, this is a recession sell-off, you know? So it just goes to show you that, like, even though you analyze and you have a thought process on what you think is going to happen, once you start getting hit in the mouth, you have to make adjustments. And if you jump out there and that initial trade goes against you in your prop account, and now you're in a negative, your whole mindset shifts.
Yep.
Mhm.
I get it. That's what I was trying to articulate to that girl yesterday when we was talking about time frames. And she was asking what time frame did Leandra use. To me, you have to keep revisiting the higher time frames, because if you look at it like today and you anticipate a move up or down, you know, and you get it, what you forget sometimes is it has moved up and you've made money, and you keep on going back to the well, you know, looking for entries to the buy side, but it has moved up higher.
Exactly.
That imbalance or whatever, and it's getting ready to turn around on your ass, but you're stuck on that lower time frame, looking for entries to the wrong side. That's happened to me, and you have to keep revisiting periodically the higher time frames and make sure you don't get that light at the end of the tunnel ain't an oncoming train.
Well, that's why I was saying that I go get my money immediately.
Yeah.
And then that's also why I said whenever you get paid, you got to take some time away from the trading.
Right.
Go get you a meal, go on a trip, do something different. Wait until the end of the week. And here's another thing that's bad about those prop accounts. It takes time. Like you're gonna get you a 100K account, and you might think in your mind, man, I can make 30% a month. That's 30 grand, or 3% a month. You know, that's 3 grand. So I can make 30% in a month. That's nothing. 30% trading in a month is nothing. If you have a $100,000 account, that means you can make 30K. You should make 30K every month. It's nothing. But the reality of the situation is it's going to take time to make 30K. You're not going to wake up Monday and make 30K. But that's in people's mind. They don't really think about it like that. 30K a month might look like this: $800 today, negative 200 tomorrow, 1,500 the next day. I have 2 losing days. I close out the first week up $1,200. Right? Your windfall might happen in 2 different times in that month, and you make your 30 grand. But if you don't have that experience trading a full month on an account, that's not the way your visualization goes to make 30K. So you think you should be making $5,000 every day. You know what I'm saying? It does not work like that.
So true.
Not work like that. It works like this. I club them today for $15,000. Now I need to sit my ass down for a week or 2. And then there's another big move that I catch. That's how it really works. You know, like I made $10,000, a little over $10,000 in 2 days, like between Thursday and Friday. It ain't gonna happen next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's NFP week. It's the hardest week to go get money from the market. I'm not saying you can't go get money from the market, but most of the money that I make during NFP week is Friday after those numbers come out. because then everything loosens up. I know that as a trader, but still going into the week, I'm still looking to try to make money. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the hardest time, and this is the stingiest time that the market has, is at the beginning of the week. But you have to have that experience, you know, as a trader. And you can't force it, you know, and that's what I was trying to tell Kenya when she jumped in there and the trade went against her. You can't open up a huge lot size at the beginning of the trade. You have to be conservative and allow the trade to come to you. Sean, I know you say that Jordan documentary or whatever, when he was talking about Kobe Bryant, like, oh, this young dude gonna take the game. He gonna make the game come to him.
Yeah, just saw that clip of that.
Yeah, it's the same with trading, man. It's the same.
That motherfucker jacking up shots.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't go in here and just jack up the market and make it come. You have to come in here like meager and allow the market to come to you. But everybody doesn't have that experience, man. Like, it's gonna take blowing some accounts for you to gain that perspective. And it's funny that Will said what he said, because I had a totally different thought process about how he was making his money. You know, and that's the problem with when people post their profits. Like, when I first saw Will $3,500 today, 45. I'm like, damn, man. I wish I knew that strategy. I could have this much money, but that's not how it works.
That's true.
Will say he'll run his account up and he'll stop trading on it so he don't blow it and he can get his money. I had never thought of that, you know.
I hadn't either. I mean, go buy a second or third account.
Yeah. And you just wait for your payout date. Now, I don't have to do that because I'm a more conservative trader. But now that option is on the table, I might go ham and run up.
I know you are.
Hey, well,
We'll go buy another account and go ham. I already know you.
well, no, man. When I lost that 17K, it left, man. That's $17,000 gift for the prop firm. That's bull crap.
That is bull crap.
I blew my account up 17K.
And they kept all the money.
Yeah, they kept that money.
Wow.
Yeah, people say, well, how did you blow your account when you're, because you exceed the daily drawdown.
What the fuck was the drawdown? I mean, or does the drawdown increase as the account balance, or does it stay?
It does, and it's 5%. You can't lose, you can't go and draw down over 5% in any given day.
What kind of lot? I mean, you just must have kept pressing the envelope with the lot.
I was going ham. I was trying, you know, I mean, that's, you know.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Well, greed, man. That's what I'm saying. When you find some success,
$1,000 and you still pressing the envelope. I mean, all right, Kobe.
I mean, that's what I knew to do. You know, that's what I mean by it's your mindset and how you approach the trading, man. Like, if you don't have any parameters, if you don't have any end goal, that's the key. Like Will said, he caps it off at 10 grand. When he runs his account over 10 grand, he switches. But I'm sure he found out some type of way.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't tell us that he lost a certain amount, but I guarantee you that's what happened. Or something happened. He knows somebody that lost. Like, I don't know anybody who gave away $17,000 like I did.
Oh, your bitch ass didn't tell me you lost.
Yeah, I thought I told you that.
Ooh, your ass in that room seething, man. It's probably
I would, if I could have went somewhere and whooped some ass, we'd have been flipping furniture over at the prop firm.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't fuck with your ass that week.
But, I mean, to me, that's highway robbery. But, like, I really thought that they was going to cut my check for $17K, you know?
Did you call?
No, I mean, you gotta, you talk to customer service, but yeah.
What they said?
They're like, no, you violated the terms of the agreement, so the contract is terminated. I'm like, okay, I got that piece, but I still made this profit. And the bad part about it is that was probably like 8 days before the close of the cycle. Now, here's some perspective for you, Sean. Somebody who's never made $17,000 in any month, you know what I'm saying? Why would you risk $17,000? You know,
That's what I keep saying over and over, man.
it's because the greed, you don't know you're a greed monster until you meet that joker. That's how it works.
I mean, I hear you and I agree with you, but I guess where I go, and I'm greedy too. I'm not
I
gonna
know
try.
you are, but that's why, I'm not saying that, but you're going to have your own experiences and you're going to risk it for
Well, I've already had a little bit of one, not on that level, but I've already had a little bit of one. But that's where I go back to. Remember, we had that conversation about the $250,000 to $500,000 versus
but I do.
This is what I'm talking about. This is a prime example of that. Like, remember me and you talked about, me buying the account, you trading it, and us coming up with some kind of profit sharing deal.
Yeah.
This is exactly what the fuck I was talking about.
Well, I know now, son, but you don't know until you go through it.
I knew. Exactly what I was talking about, man.
Yeah, I mean,
The 17K, or at least a piece of it, let's take 10K, risk 7, risk 5, man. Your ass rolling the dice with the 17K.
yeah, and yeah, I know you're right, but so this is what happened, right? I was gonna run that account up. I was gonna flip the account basically. And I ran it up. I was up 17K and I went over the daily drawdown. And that was in a 20K account. So one bad day, like Will was saying, one bad day or one revenge trade or whatever you want to call it.
Right. Just let me stop you real quick. So you had a $20,000 account.
Yep.
It was worth $37,000.
Yep.
And
it was actually worth more than that.
Okay, whatever it was, let's just call it 37. And you can draw down 5% of 37 at that point.
Yep.
God damn, man, what the fuck was you? What was you doing?
I was running it up. How do you think I got it to 37? You don't get it to 37 with a 0.25 lot size, Sean. It just doesn't work like that. You catch the trade, you catch it running, and you listen, that GJ trade. If we had rewind and I was the same dude that GJ trade with a 50K account, man, I might have made $70,000 that day. I made 10 grand because I'm not trading a 23 lot. So I'm trading 50s. I might have 3 of them rolling. And every time that market pulled back, I'll slap another 50 on it. That's just how it was. Because I'm not at risk. I was in profit. And the problem is, you think it's going to pull back 15 points one time and it pulls back 30. You know what I'm saying? And before you can throw the hedge in there, because you have so many positions open and you forget to calculate, you got to keep a running total. Because if I need to throw a hedge in there to stop my drawdown, I need to know exactly what size position. I need to be able to throw one position in there, 200 lot size to equalize my position. But what happened was I was running so many positions, or I had opened up so many positions at different lot sizes that I had to go back and try to count each one of them, and it drew down on me. Oh, Peter, man.
Ooh, I see why your ass didn't tell me.
I thought I did.
Nah, you didn't tell me that.
It wasn't a secret. It was just, you know, it's one of the things that like the festivity, like, there's so many different ways you can trade, Shad. Like, man, trust me, it's demons out there, man. It's demons out there in the deep waters.
Oh, I know I can only imagine.
When them thousands start running up, man. Whew.
I need to go buy me 200K accounts.
You just need to do one. I'm trying to tell you, man, if you're a sensible person, then it's not a big deal. I mean, you'll replace your income easily. But the problem is when your thoughts go beyond that, like when you start thinking about the capabilities that you have at your hands, it's a different ballgame, man.
The reason I'm suggesting 2 is because, you know, I know I have moments where I can be greedy too. And it's very hard to pull.
I'm gonna tell you, man, you have to confront that first.
Well, here's where I go with it. And maybe this is the wrong answer. But if I get 2 of them, one can be the conservative, sensible account. And
It doesn't work like that.
at my moments when I have that insatiable, you know, itch
It
to,
doesn't work like that. If that's truly the case, then one account and your demo will work. If that's truly the case, until you confront that demon, that's not. I know right now that's the sensible you speak. But if the sensible you is telling the truth, you don't need 2 different accounts. You need one, and you need to get your demo.
well, I mean, I do think that Will made a good point though. I mean, you have
Right.
one in the
He did
chamber.
make a good point, but here's the thing, and this is what y'all what you might not understand as just listening to Will talk. One, Will didn't open up 2 accounts initially, right? Will opened up 2 accounts like that once he gained some experience. And part of that experience was meeting his demon, his greed demon. So you have to fight that fucker first. Like you don't know your greed demon's capabilities yet. So you have to meet them first. Once you meet your greed demon and you get an understanding of how it works, then you can come up with a strategy. I didn't open up 2 accounts. I mean, I have 2 accounts, but I realized a while back that it's asinine for me to try to get a bigger account until I am capable of capping my earnings, right? Because a bigger account to me or to most people is just going to mean a bigger payday, right? It's not going to be more wiggle room for you to trade sensibly, because to be honest with you, I'm on Kevin and Chris's couch. Been here for months on a couch, and I'm perfectly fine. I don't need $5,000 a week. But I mean, I would take it, you know, like I make more than $5,000 a week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I'll tell you, like I told Misha just real quick. I don't know why y'all don't go buy your asses a little cheap ass property, even if you don't want to live in it. Rent it to somebody else, Airbnb it.
Well, yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to end up doing that.
$100 and something $1,000 place. You can still stay on their couch, Airbnb it or rent it to somebody else. Let them pay the mortgage. You know, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you know, it's going to appreciate. This property is only going to go up. Sell it, hold it, whatever it is.
Hold them
Right
up.
there in Texas, where property is cheap. It can be something like what Tabia lives in now. Something along them lines. Don't have to be no bank breaking type of shit.
Yeah, I'll end up doing that.
EJ.
Go ahead, man.
So you see my screen now, Elfie?
Yes.
This is the dollar, Elfie. It's gonna go up and go back down. It might go up all week, but let's talk about EJ, EUR, JPY, because I want to trade the JPYs this week.
Why are you saying that AUD is gonna go up?
It's gonna retrace. The value of the dollar is getting stronger.
That was a very short block that I saw.
So it's gonna buy up and then sell off. Remember what I just said about this being NFP in the market not moving as much. So it probably just gonna go up until Friday. Like the value of the dollar will be crap until Friday. That's what I think.
I hear you.
But this EJ trade, Elfie, I'm looking for it to retrace up first. The same way GJ, I expect for it to retrace up. We got this hammer on the 8 hour, which means the 3 or 4 hour is probably going to be bullish. Yep, there's your first bullish order block right there in the 4 hour. I'm expecting this price to push up. There's imbalance here. There's a little imbalance here.
Do you think it will retrace past the moving averages up to the top
Well,
thingy?
I think it will at least close this first imbalance. What's not known is there's imbalance way up here. It can go up there.
Oh, Ben.
I want to play it by ear. You know what I'm saying? And here's what I mean by that, Elfie. I don't want to be cryptic in my language.
Thank you.
Even though I expect the market to sell, what I think that new traders have a tendency to do, and I used to do this too. Since I think this is going to sell, I'll automatically set a sell, you know, in one of these areas. Since I've gained experience, I don't do that, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy it, right? And if you don't want to buy it, then don't buy it. But once it turns around and starts selling, you will see it start selling. And you can hop in for the sale. It doesn't matter that you don't catch the first few pips of the sale. That doesn't matter because we expect for this sale to be hundreds of pips, right? So price comes up here. Let's just say it comes to this green line and it starts. The sale is going to come way down here. This is like 300 and some pips so far. It'll probably even come further. So it doesn't matter if you miss 70 or 80 pips when it first starts selling. Don't have FOMO on this sale. But at some point next week or this week, this EJ is going to start cooking. Maybe it'll be as soon as the market opens because it started on Thursday. It started selling on Thursday. So maybe that, well, let me put a fib on the whole sell move. Okay, the market sold from way up here all the way down here, and it's retraced only to the 23. The retrace, the golden zone is way up here into this weekly order block. The 70 is way up here. So keep that in mind. If you're not buying it and you just want to sell it, I would mark these areas. And maybe price will float way back up here and then push down.
Okay.
Now, that's one thing that price could do. Price could open the week and just start selling. That's an option. If that happens, all you have to do is going on your chart, find an entry on the lower time frames. You know what I mean by that, Elfie?
Yes, I think so.
And
Find
what-
the best order block.
Yeah, I would at least use an hour order block. So to me, it needs to sell and form a bearish order block on the 1 hour at least.
Why wouldn't you look for it on the 4 though?
Well, that's 4 hours of selling. You can do that, but that's a little bit later in the game.
Okay. Okay. I get it. I understand what you're saying.
So this
Why the one?
break this low. And on the 1 hour, let me mark it up right here so we can see it on the 1 hour. So this would be the 4 hour break of structure.
And you base it off of the body of the of that doji? I didn't see, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's not the body of the doji that I'm concerned with, because when this market opens, it's going to be a brand new candle over here.
Mm-hmm.
It will be red. It would break the body of this green candle. See that?
Yes.
So that would be your break of structure. Now, the market would have to close below this line for this to be a bearish 4 hour order block. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes.
And really, that's only 40 pips. So it wouldn't be bad to wait for a 4 hour order block. But that's only a 40 pip difference. So I mean that's possible. That's totally possible.
I mean, I guess it could move 80 pips or 120 in 4 hours.
I know. I wouldn't want to miss the rest of those pips. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the 1 hour.
Yeah.
Mm.
In 1 hour, if it sells all the way down here, hop on it, you know. But we'll just see how that goes. It's a bullish order block on the 4 hour. Just keep that in mind. This is a bullish order block.
Okay.
So what I plan on doing is just hopping in for the buy until it starts selling. And here's the experience me talking. I only need one position, like one. I can either trade the EJ or GJ the same exact way. If I want to watch both of them, like in my phone, I'll have a 0.01 lot size buy for this one and a 0.01 lot size buy in GJ. And as soon as it starts selling, maybe that'll be 3 in the morning, I'm gonna jump up and be all over it. The difference between me and most of y'all is I'll get up in the middle of the night because I understand that I can make, I don't know, 15 grand, 5 grand, whatever, in a matter of an hour or two, maybe a 15-minute candle, depending on how fast it drops. You know, I can make my weekly salary or your weekly salary in an hour by losing that hour of sleep. So at some point in your trading journey, you'll start getting up to check your trade.
But what do you do? Like you do you set an alarm at a certain price level or something?
Well,
Right, so-
I'll set an alarm on
Wake
my
up.
phone to wake me up so I can see it. So here's something that can help you. If you understand the kill zone times, like an hour after the London Open, you'll be up because you live over there. But check it, an hour after the London Open.
1 hour after London open.
Yeah,
That'll be 10 o'clock my time.
yeah, over here it'll be a little bit different. But
So, but what is the kill zone? That means that's when it's moving a lot or what?
yeah, that's when you're gonna get your biggest movements, right?
Okay,
So for the people in the US, you know, an hour after London open, it might be 3 in the morning if you're on the East Coast. You know, then you adjust your time for where you are in the US. But you get up, you check your trade, it's either going your direction or it hasn't started moving in your direction yet. Go back to sleep. When you get up at 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning, whatever you get up, then maybe it'll be ripe for the picking.
okay. So let me ask you this, would it be stupid or sensical if you go back up to the higher time frame, let's say, okay, let's just stay right here on the 4 hour. And I know that the general move is going to be a short, a sell move,
Uh-huh.
but it's still going, like, I'm still expecting it to retrace before coming down. I could buy it up as of, I guess, open, maybe
Yeah.
1 hour open. And then could I just set a, what's that, a sell stop at maybe 1400, 300 or something?
A sell limit.
Yes, yeah, a sell limit or
Like,
buy, no,
set
a
it up.
stop,
Oh,
taking
you
me down,
sell stop down here.
yeah,
So you can set a sell stop, Elfie, but
that,
here, all right, I need you to understand all the scenarios of the trader. So
mhm.
if you set a sell stop down here, what if the market drops first, hits your sell stop, then buys up?
Which is what happened to me with, I think, UJ 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
So if you already understand that, why would you just put a sell stop arbitrarily? We're never going to get around having to watch the market first, right? So
Okay.
in theory, because this is a weekly order block, the market is going to open, push up into the order block, then sell off.
Mhm.
That's in theory. It rarely ever works like that. So what you might see is the market opens, pushes down first, then pushes up, then pushes way up here, then sells. And maybe the sell by the end of the week might be just past this green line. Right?
Mhm.
So you have to understand that as a trader. And if you do understand that as a trader, when the market opens up and when the market ends up way up here, this is the time that you should get into the market for your sell if the market is way up here.
Mhm.
Put your stop up here or your hedge position up here, because the expectation is for the market to push down. Now you're going to make profit all the way back down. And even if it stops here by Friday, right? That all that means is that you made your money, because that's a lot of room for the sale.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, unfortunately, none of us can tell you which way it's gonna move. We're just going by what the technicals are telling us that it's going to sell this week. It doesn't say it's going to sell Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. It just says at some point this week it's going to sell.
Mhm.
So I can tell you until I'm blue in the face that how hell bent and how far it's going to sell. It just might not do it until Friday, and it might only sell a little bit, and then it might sell like hell the week after that.
Mhm. Yes, got it. Why do you have that green line? That 147.95?
That's a-
No, below.
It's a break of structure that he's made on.
No, the whole ray, the horizontal.
This right here.
Yes.
Why do I have it? It was probably measuring something on the way up. Maybe
Okay.
the market was headed.
Okay.
So EJ is pretty similar to GJ. Same deal. So I already can tell you, I'm gonna have a 0.01 lot size in both of these. So I can monitor it, you know what I'm saying?
And
And it
that's just lowest lot size you put in just to see it going
just
be in.
so I don't forget, so it can be in my phone, right? Like a lot of times, if I don't have an active trade in my phone, I won't look at my phone like that. You know,
Mhm.
I'm an older person, like you know how older people don't. We're not on the phones 24/7.
Oh my gosh, you and your old stuff, stop it.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's just not what I'm accustomed to doing. Like I see kids on their phone all the time. But if I'm not actively in a trade, I'm not looking at my phone like that. So what
But how do you
I'm
remember
only
that you're
saying that in case you don't look at I'm just telling you some techniques that I use that work. You know, if you're a person that checks your phone all the time, then maybe you don't need to have a 0.01 lot size in it to keep monitoring this. But I just want to monitor it to see what price is doing. And
can you put alerts on MetaTrader?
yeah, well, no, I don't think I don't know a way you can do it. Maybe you can. I would YouTube that, but you can definitely put it on this and it'll come to your phone.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another thing that you probably don't understand is at some point, even if this is not selling, let's say I see a 30 pip move to the upside. I'm going to take advantage of that 30 pip move. And that 30 pip move, I might go ham and make a few $1,000s before the move to sell off. So
Okay, I
yeah.
understand this. You start the hedge at the beginning of the week, let's say Sunday night, right?
Right.
With the 0.01 lot size.
Right.
And next day, maybe Monday morning, you wake up or at nighttime, whatever, you see it keep going up. You see another, what's that? Bullish order block.
On the lower time frame. Yeah.
We go ham and beef it up all the way, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. So let's look at this. So you see how this is a bearish order block? You see how this bearish order block was created?
Yes.
And this candle opened up and the price pushed up.
Yes.
It took 8 hours for price to push. This is one 4-hour candle. This is the other 4-hour candle, which tells you that basically the entire New York session was a retracement on Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say that I woke up Friday morning and I saw this bullish order block on the 1 hour. Now, I didn't know how far it was going to push up, but I see a bullish order block on the 1 hour, and I understand that the 4 hour created a bearish order block, and I can expect price to push up, you know, to this level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm anticipating price is going to push up to that level. And I'm sitting here at this bullish order block. I'm going ham from here to here. How many pips is that, Elfie?
That's already 102 pips.
Exactly. So if I see this, it's my advantage. John, this is how I blew my $17,000 account, because when I see this, that greed monster in me says, "Oh, what if you made $500 a pip for this 100 pips?"
What?
Well, Elfie, you tell me. How come I can't have 50 points if this is going to go up?
100?
Huh?
500 times 100?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I make that money?
That's 50 G's.
Exactly, man. Elfie, now you are, now I enlisted you. This is how I see the market.
You're getting my heart palpitating. Like,
well, that exactly, mine was too, and I went after that money. and the problem is, As soon as I went after that money, guess what happened? Yeek. It dipped into the order block before it went my direction. The market went my direction that day. I blew that account. And here's the thing, right?
You didn't hedge at that time? Did you hedge?
I did, but I had so many positions open. It might have been 7
Oh, yeah,
positions,
you said that.
and I didn't know the exact lot size that I needed to use to cover all those positions.
Mhm.
Because the greed monster in me, instead of me setting my hedges up as I opened the positions, the greed said, man, open 5 positions up. And you're opening those positions so fast, you're not really paying attention to the things that you need to pay attention to. All I saw was the order block in my direction, the room to run, and I was counting my freaking money. It would have worked. And it would have worked if I had just been conservative and waited for those positions to start going in my direction, right? There's 1,000 different ways you can trade this and still make your $50,000. But, you know, you don't have a clear head a lot of times when you're being greedy. You just see what you see. You know, it's kind of like those Tom and Jerry cartoons back in the day. When Tom only saw Jerry, he was trying to eat Jerry, and you know, he didn't pay attention to the woman that was hitting him with the frying pan or the traps that Jerry set up. But my point to you guys is this is an exact example of how I do my trading. If the market sets up and it shows me something, and I have the advantage, I'm jumping on it, and I'm going to eat well. And yeah, my lot sizes are a little bit outsized, but that's a lot of pips. That's 100 freaking pips that it's about to pay you. And here's the thing, you don't even have to try to get to this line. You could have taken 50, half of those pips. But back in the day, I would have wanted all 50 of them, you know, but now I'll take 25 pips. I'll take a $25,000 payday, you know.
Me too.
But it's just, you know, without the experience, you can never see these setups for what they really are. You just have to have experience. You have to go through it first. You have to take those $17,000 losses before you can take the $17,000 gains, because, or maybe you have to win $17,000 and give it back before you can appreciate how you should have done it the first time. But this is a perfect setup, and this is exactly what happens every time you trade these moves. Every time there's an order block created. Most people, whenever I tell them this is a bearish order block, they don't ever see the opportunity to trade back up into it. They just see, okay, I'm gonna sell it at some point, right? This scenario is the same scenario on this weekly chart right now. Right now, the weekly chart has a bearish order block the same way that this 4-hour chart has a bearish order block. So I'm gonna ask you, Elfie, are you gonna trade this up? Right? Are you gonna trade this weekly thing up?
Before selling.
Before selling, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Are you gonna get these 160 pips? It's just a matter of how we view it as traders.
Okay. I understand now.
Okay, good. But these 2 opportunities are the ones that I'm personally watching. There's a bunch of them, you know, like if you prefer UJ, you know, which I don't because it's bipolar. I prefer UJ when I expect the up move because it just goes straight up. But you know, this should sell as well. I just think the opportunity in those euro pairs are greater than the opportunity here. If you want to trade the dollar, there's a bunch of opportunity in the dollar too. The problem with the dollar though is this is NFP week. And NFP week tends to slow the movements down. Plus we have a 4th of July weekend. So the market won't even be open tomorrow. But GU has a bearish weekly order block on it. AU. Bearish weekly order block. NU, bearish weekly order block. Euro USD, bearish weekly order block. Be careful with Euro USD.
Why?
So what do you see when you look at Euro USD right here? You have a low, now you have a higher low. Right? So this might just buy up and not sell back down. So if you're waiting for a sell, that sell might not come, maybe until Friday after NFP release. Maybe it just buy up. You know, the euro has some decisions to make as far as interest. Their inflation is 8.6 right now. They had a 25 basis increase scheduled. They need to raise their interest rates probably 75 basis points the same way we did. And if they do that, then this is going to buy. And it probably won't turn around to sell. It's something to keep in mind. Which is another reason why I prefer the JPY pairs.
Can you look at CAD JPY, please?
Sure. Even though the other ones that we just looked at are good setups. What is CAD JPY telling you?
Nothing really.
Okay. That's a good answer because I think it's going to sell. But here's the thing, Elkie. Why would you waste your time with an undeveloped pair whenever you have other ones that are more, they've shown you their position.
I just wanted to look at it and see. I'm taking EJ and G. I'm still on GJ, so that one is in my demo, and I'm gonna take EJ.
Right.
I want to take that one on my prop thingy.
Okay.
Put the fib on this one, CAD JPY. I bet you those pullbacks are 78% pullbacks.
Well, right here.
Yeah, fib it from that top, that swing high to that swing low. And those pullbacks, those double tops are probably 79% pullbacks. Yeah, that's selling. It's selling down at least to that low, that swing low.
That double bottom thingy, the two.
I do believe
one.
so. All the JPY pairs are going to sell, but all I'm saying is get in the one that's going to move the most, or is going to have the explosive move. I need the explosive diarrhea on the way down. You know, I don't need the slow roller. I need to be on the express. Maybe if I catch the express, I might be able to double back and get on the slow train too. And that's the greed talker, but that's really, I mean, you know, why not double dip if you can do that?
Okay. Thank you very much. I gotta go now. Bye.
You say you rolling? Elvie, you getting out of here?
I think she's gone.
Elvie got her information that she rolled out.
I guess that shit joke. This was the last.
Hey, Pettiford, shut up, son. Hey, Pettiford, I don't know your first. Kia,
It's Kaisha.
it's Kaisha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you new?
No, well, to your to your class, but I've been following Will's for the longest. I trade his
Okay, you
style.
trade USA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm trying to pass my prop firm now. So
Well, sweet. Are you having success?
mm-hmm. I'm on phase 1, but I just started like a week and a half ago. So I'm
Did you
going
get-
in the right direction.
Did you get a 50 or did you get
A 50. A 50.
why you didn't get 100?
But I'm not there yet.
You gotta outdo Will.
I'm brand new. I'm thinking about it though.
No, just
I was listening to the whole call because I'm at work. But
yeah,
I was
face your
listening.
greed, monster. Don't go get that. Don't go get the 100.
I know. I have discipline. I'm not gonna go crazy. Not gonna go crazy. You guys in the call, everybody's leaving?
What's that?
I said you guys in the call, everybody's leaving?
I'm just checking to see if anybody want to look at anything else or go on anything else. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just listening. Everybody keep telling me to come to your Zoom call. So I said, you know what? I got some time today.
There you go. Well, I appreciate you for stopping in.
I appreciate you for having it in class. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Monk,
Hi, Todd.
how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
You have you been trading or you just still studying?
I study and I practice on my demo.
Well,
I was doing AU and AJ. Of course, it didn't work out. They dropped.
so you were buying them last week?
Yeah.
Based off of what?
I don't know. Last week when I looked at it, the AU looked like it was gonna go up. You see that?
This is so. Last week it was kind of an up and down week, but what bothers me about you buying AU is that the U.S. raised interest rates about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. What was that?
Yeah.
Raised interest rates on the 15th. So I don't think anybody should have been buying AU. That's selling the dollar. Basically what you were doing is selling the dollar after we raised interest rates, the highest that we've raised them in 30 years.
I thought it was gonna go up a little bit more. Well, no.
So in the future, if you're in a downtrend, especially as a newer trader, you want to always go with the trend. Okay, DC. So Monk, what chart do you use when you trade?
I use both Oanda and the FXCM.
I mean, what time frame?
Oh, for AU, I'm in the evening, the Asian session. Eastern time, 7 to 8.
Okay.
9.
What chart time frame? Like right now we're looking at the daily chart. What charts do you trade off of? Do you scalp?
The 1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. So I better understand why you were trying to buy. You might have been trying to catch one of these up moves. So do you look at the 4 hour before you trade off the 1 hour?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
It looked like a parallel channel going up. So yeah.
Okay, I stand corrected then. If you were trying to catch one of these up moves, then I can better understand that.
You see where it started coming down? I thought it was gonna go up
Right
to
here? Or here.
No, all the way there. Come forward some more. Just before you have your short position, right there, right here. Yeah, there.
Okay, okay.
Because I saw a bullish there and I thought it was gonna go up.
So in the future,
Mm-hmm.
I guess this was a dog leg up, but you have to wait until this high, would have
Mm-hmm.
this high, before you would have had any change of structure. If you look at the overall structure,
Uh-huh.
let me see if I can break out my daisy chain here. So
Mm-hmm.
to B
Oh,
to
I
D,
see that now. So it's gonna
this,
go down.
yeah, this high would have needed to break your C high, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this high doesn't break your C high, then you can't buy right here. You have to anticipate that it's going to keep selling.
Yeah. I do have a question though. When you use the order blocks to trade, because I'm not so versed with that, you're trading the order blocks of each time frame, like daily to daily, 4 hour to 4 hour.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly how I would do it. Now for you, if you trade a lower time frame, you have the overall advantage because once you see, if you see this daily order block that says sell,
Mm-hmm.
on a lower time frame, you can trade. You have all of this area that's available to you on the lower time frame, because the higher time frame is saying the sell. So any lower time frame,
Mm-hmm.
even if you have a bad entry,
Yeah.
over that next day, maybe 2 days, the market is going to eventually correct and go in your favor, in your direction. So,
Okay. Before you continue, if you look at on it, you see there's another daily bearish order block coming down right there. Right. Yeah, here.
okay,
So let's assume the market was there right now and it just finished the bearish daily candle.
okay.
So does that mean that's another daily order block right there?
That's exactly what that means. Now,
And it means it's gonna go down?
yes, but first we expect the market to buy up to the order block before it falls down.
It comes down.
So you
Okay.
see this green wick, see how it bought right up?
Uh-huh.
Perfect. So if you look at today's candle,
Uh-huh.
when the market opens, I want to see price buy up
Buy
first,
up. Okay, before
then
going down.
fall down. Now, it doesn't always have to do that, but
Mhm.
if it doesn't buy up first, then I'm not going to get in the trade. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So this trade would have been perfect for me because it bought up.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a lot of money trading like this, and then you sell it. Once the price gets up here, you sell it because it's right at the order block.
Mm-hmm.
You make all these pips, even on the retracement. If you had got in right here for the sale, you could still have your position open. It'll be way down here. It'll be way in profit.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you another question.
Uh-huh.
You just said now if I had started selling from up there, right?
Uh-huh.
When it made the retracement back to the order block, I start selling. But look towards your left now when you're going down. There's a bullish order block there. No, not there. Where you were. No. Where go right there, yeah.
Well, this bullish order block is before this bearish order block.
Okay.
So, you're saying that the price would have stopped right here?
Yeah, you see how the candle stopped right into the where it wicked out. So it stopped there. So
does.
now my question now is that we have that bullish order block there and the bearish one on top. So do we expect it to now go back and touch the bearish order block again before selling?
Okay, that's, first of all, let me tell you, that's an excellent question. And the answer is yes, we expect to touch this order block.
Mhm.
So let's go back and talk about this. You see this candle right here? What day?
Yeah.
What day is that?
And
See-
that's June 17th.
Okay, June 15th, the United States raised their interest rates 75
Okay.
basis points, which is very significant. So we expected price to
To
fall.
sell. Okay.
So that's perfect. When we get this order block, we expect price to sell, you jump on it right here. As soon as it taps into that order block, yes, sell it. Because you know it's going to go further than this. Because they raised the interest rates. So if you,
Oh,
it's
okay.
way down here now. And it's signaling to you, it's saying, hey, we're still going to sell some more because there's another bearish order block.
Huh. So where is it selling to now? All the
Well,
way to your left?
yeah, I need to look for some structure over here on the left. I would say we can at least sell it to the wick. Once it
Okay.
pops up here, once price buys up here, you can sell it back down probably about 120 pips. Now,
Mhm.
the Reserve Bank of Australia, they have a meeting because they need to raise their interest rates too. So,
Okay.
so I would not sell this any further
Down there.
than this wick. And I would
Okay.
wait to see what that Reserve Bank decides to do. Because if they raise their interest rate significantly, that's going to cause the market to go the opposite direction. Just for that pair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And see,
Okay, right there.
this date.
Tomorrow night.
Yep. So we'll see.
Okay.
You always trade the AUD?
I'm trying to stick to a time when I'm home, to be able to trade. I don't want to be at work and, so when I'm home in the evenings, it'll be easier for me.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is it your experience that this pair moves during the Asian session?
Yeah, it does. Not too much though, but it moves.
And AJ is pretty much the
AJ, I had AJ set up properly, but I didn't do anything and it came down. I knew it was coming down because that's how I set up my chart. And it even passed what I put in. I put the short sale, but I didn't trade it.
well, you should have traded that, but it collapsed big time.
Yeah.
It still has room to sell off too. AJ and NJ. Do you trade the NZD?
No.
They're like cousin pairs. They do the same thing.
The same thing. I'm just trying to stick to one or two pairs and I want to study them a lot.
Okay. So
I don't want to, yeah, that's what I want to do.
okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I expect this thing to sell off too. I expect it to continue to sell.
So where is it going to sell to? You think it's going to
Well, let's talk
sell
about that too.
not to the present week, but down some days prior
I
to where
think
you have, is that an order block you have down there?
this right
There's-
here, this is definitely an order block. It's not the type that I teach,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, it's an order block. I expect this is what I think, all right?
Mhm.
Once this global recession hits, I think these prices will end up way down here somewhere.
Wow.
To give back everything that it gained.
Okay.
I don't know when that will be, like, and how long this recession will last, or if it turns into a depression or whatever, but I think it's gonna get ugly.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I,
So,
I think in the next 6 months, things are gonna
yes,
really be
uglier it gets, the further this price is gonna fall.
That would be good to swing.
Yeah, I agree. All these JPY pairs. And I plan on doing that.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Todd. Thank you.
You're welcome. You good, Rhonda?
Hello. Well, I have been buying Euro USD and I should be selling. So I was just holding on to it, hoping that it would turn around.
I don't think it is. I don't think it will, but I guess it depends on what the Euro Central Bank does, but we'll see.
I got stuck.
You said it has to. I guess this week will be the week that tells the truth.
Yeah.
You're holding it. I mean, it's made a higher lows, so
Yeah.
it could very well go up. But the central bank has to do the right thing and really raise that interest rate.
Mm. You see right where Euro US dollar is written small. I was hoping that it would
Up
go
here,
up. Yeah, I was hoping that it would buy.
and it might. I haven't watched. That's why I told people to be careful selling this, because they have a plan. It's not a bad plan. If France wasn't part of the Eurozone and another country, not Czech, but there's another country that's really weighing down the euro.
Yeah.
But if they weren't part of the Eurozone, the euro would be doing a lot better. But it is what it is.
Mhm.
We'll see, we'll see if that thing runs up. I think that there's a strong possibility that it will go up. I don't know how high,
Mhm. I'm hoping that it goes up so that I can get out of that trade.
Is it a live account or is it a demo account?
I'm doing a funded account.
You doing a funded account?
Mhm.
Who are you with?
The Forex Farm?
Or my Forex fund?
No. I have to check the name.
Okay.
The Forex Farm, I think, is the name of their name.
So you can always hedge, open up an opposite position, go in the opposite direction, but it's up to you.
Yeah, sometimes for me it's my confidence because I don't know. Sometimes I don't know why I hold on to losing trades. And when I'm winning, I'm quick to take profit.
Yeah. Cut the winners off and let the losers run. That's not a good formula.
No, that's not good at all. Yeah, sometimes I always think that, okay, it will turn around, but no.
You sound like my mother, the optimist.
Yeah.
She's still waiting. She's 70. She's waiting to turn it around.
Okay, but I know that euro should be selling, I don't know why I went into a buy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's it. That's what I've been, that's the only trade I took this week.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I'm about to get off then. If you guys need me, hit me up in the chat or whatever.
Okay.
I appreciate you guys' time.
Yep. Thank you too.
All right.
Yeah.